Hello everybody, Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out episode 9 of Asagao Academy. Last episode, apparently, we got Pro Jared's number, and Maya embarrassed herself, and Gerard apparently collects itty-bitty kitty figurines, which is totally cool, and he's cool with it. People, not so much, because they're assholes. Anyway, I completely missed my hand. Oh my fucking god. I'm a mess. There was no way he could just brush it off like that. Not when I tried so hard to do the same. But as I finished the cooking and started on my ramen, Gerard continued to laugh at the rest of the normal boots. I wondered whether it was impossible, as I always thought. Hana, can you pass me some pepper? I got it. Here, Jared. Thanks. What's your name again? It's Mai. Thanks, Mai. Well, Hana, ready to head back? Huh? Oh, yeah. Did Mai look sad, or did I imagine that? We threw our trays on the rocks and headed out to the cafeteria. Wait, did I finish my ramen? As we waved to normal boots, Gerard cheerily waved back. A sudden pang hit my stomach. Was it guilt? Or did he feed me a bad cookie? After class ended that day, Mai said she had volleyball practice and sped off. Thankfully this time I knew where I was going, so I headed straight back and collapsed on my bed. It was nice to have some time to myself. After everything that happened, I felt like I was going crazy. I could use some relaxation. I didn't have a computer or a TV, and the book Satch gave me was really good, but sometimes got a bit hard to read. Instead, I took out my phone and started flipping through the App Store. Nothing really looked good. Wait, what was this? I sat up. Dumpy Doom's Revenge. Face off against 3 players as you catch monsters, raise them, and use their unique skills to aid you on your puzzle-solving quest. Only you can save Meta-World from its ignorant king and utter destruction! Now with the single-player campaign, raise crops to feed your monsters. If you're lucky, they'll transform into cute girls. What the hell? It looks so stupid. But it couldn't hurt to give it a try. I downloaded and started up the game. Welcome to Dumpy Doom's Revenge! I skipped the intro sequence and quickly hit single player. Loading. The game load time's terrible. Suddenly a cartoonish hilly valley met my eyes, panning over to a white castle nestled over to a cliff. A lazy king slept on a throne with a squat silver soldier ran into the room. King Dumpy Doom, quickly, we're under attack! Oh, just send the 1st Battalion off, please. I'm rather tired. The night fell. The night left and the screen faded to a world map showing a horde of black blobs on the right side of the screen. A small group of knights ran up against the blobs and were instantly devoured. One of the black blobs spat out a helmet with a skull inside. Oh my god. What the hell is this game? Things continued in this way, and the king setting off his battalions haphazardly until no one was left. Then the king awoke in his chair and turned to the screen. You! Me? Only you can save my kingdom, please! I don't think I can save your kingdom. You're the one menacing it. How dare you! What the hell? Could this thing hear me? You are no longer my advisor. Go back to your home village and let me deal with this myself. A tiny sprout with brown hair flew across the world map, bouncing into a bunch of red houses. I guess my only choice is to raise an army of monsters myself, overthrow the king, and then raise an army to fight the oncoming bloopity-bloops. Bloopity-bloops. How the hell did you come to that conclusion? Finally, I was allowed to play the actual game. A dozen multicolored blocks appeared on the screen. The monsters I was initially given could only hit their corresponding colors and couldn't activate any traps. Supposedly, more monsters could eventually learn how to set traps, and you could do certain combos to hinder the opposing team. If you had an attractive girl on your team, she could use an ability to double the rate of the opponent's blocks, or have their clock time. But that had a drawback for you too, and could be used as an asset by the opponent. Not to mention the certain color combinations between girls and monsters activated unique secret abilities, and you could also evolve your monsters and feed them things. How the heck am I supposed to remember all this? I failed the first few times, but quickly got the hang of it. It was just about being adaptable and maintaining a flexible strategy after all. My eyes started to hurt and I looked at the time. 8 o'clock? It's been 4 hours? I had reading to do! I grabbed my textbook, flicked the radio on, and began to read. There have been many tales of times when the moon has fallen on other planets, the most popular of these being the myth of Tamerna. Is that a Legend of Zelda reference? I think, yeah. However, these myths have never been proven to be more than a hallucination. My eyes blurred over my astronomy textbook and I yawned. The Schubert piece floating from my radio made me want to go to sleep, and I toyed with the idea of going to class without finishing my reading. Who cared about how many times the moon was supposed to fall, especially when time travel is involved? Yep, totally Majora's Mask. Hana! Mai burst in through the doors, flung herself across the room, and grabbed my radio. Hey, where have you been? What are you doing? Give me a second, we're missing it! There we go. But I swear, that dog was the living worst. That's why you need a bird like my lovely Jacques. Watch your tongue. What is this? Shh! So the time has come to make an official announcement. This year, just like every other year, the normal boots will be participating in the video game tournament. Woohoo! Yeah! As PBG applauded as though he were a crowd of 30 people, I shot a puzzled glance at Mai. I hope you guys will support us again this year, and best of luck to our competitors. You guys are going down! And now for some music! Mai turned on the radio and sighed. Okay, what did you want? What was that? PB&J. It's with John and not Jeff, because he's an hidden block. PB&J. It's PBG and John's radio show. They have a radio show? What do they do on it? Oh, they talk and stuff and play music sometimes. Everyone in school listens to it. I'm so glad you brought your radio. I forgot mine at home. And a video game tournament? Yeah, didn't you hear them talking about it the other day? No? Come to think of it, I hadn't paid much attention to their conversations. I was too busy worrying about myself. Every year they have a game tournament at the Higenbana Mall. Lots of people come to compete, but everyone knows the real fight is between Normal Boots and the Hidden Block Club. Is that what they do? Video game tournaments? Yeah, that's why nobody's ever joined them since their inception. Well, I guess partly they're a group of friends who just happen to make a club together. But also, unless you're really talented, you just drag them down. Ouch. None of them are so harsh, but some of them, well... Mai glanced away, but I felt like I knew who she was talking about. That's too bad. The conversation I had before with Jimmy and Caddy came to my mind. Had they really thought I was joining the Normal Boots Club? There was no way. I hadn't played a video game since I was a kid. My father gave me a 4DS when I left home, but... The day before I left for Asagao, my dad came to visit me in my room. I had packed a few things I owned into a briefcase in a single cardboard box sent to be shipped with the train. I sat and stared at the box, somewhat bitter. I barely even needed it. I didn't own much. Hi, Dad. Hana. Yeah, Dad? My father stood in front of me, a weary smile on his face. Even though he tried to hide it, I could see the deep wrinkles around his eyes and forehead that he was tired, sad. Past few years had taken their toll on him, and I hadn't eased things. You'll be leaving tomorrow. Yeah. A heavy silence hung between us, filling my childhood bedroom like a styrofoam. Are you excited? Yeah. Yeah, I am. He nodded and glanced around my room at the pale blue walls, the broken clock above my desk, the scuff marks around the door frame where I ran into it as a kid. I lived in this house almost my whole life, ever since moving after kindergarten. It was everything I knew. But now, it was too much for me. The decision to transfer to Asagao didn't come lightly. First, it was a prestigious tuition with a highly prized reputation. Only the best of the best, who wearing either great grades, impressive talent, or lots of money, could get in. I was none of those things, but I made it in regardless. Part of me suspected I was a charity case. I received a small scholarship, and it would no doubt look good for the Academy to have fostered a poverty-stricken child in its walls. And despite the fact that my father couldn't afford it even with the scholarship, he guaranteed he'd support me if I went. I looked again at the wrinkles in his face, at his sagging shoulders. He pressed his hands against his body to hide the way they shook. All for me, he'd be alone. I'm glad you're going. I think this will be good for you. Yeah. I wish I could say something else, but nothing came. Well, honey, just in case you get homesick, I bought a present for you. Present? From his pocket, my dad produced a shining pink Nintendo 4DS and placed it into my hands. For you. But why? How? Dad, this costs so much. You're already killing yourself to let me go. Why would you? Tears spilled from my eyes as my dad smiled. Nothing is too good for you, my dear Hana. His voice was trembling. You're my pride and joy. You deserve so much better than what you've gotten from me. Dad! Go to Asagao, have fun, make a lot of friends, and when you get homesick, play with that. I'll make do. I stood up and hugged him, burying my face in his scratchy sweater and oatmeal smell. Why does your dad smell like oatmeal? I'll miss you. I'll miss you, my little Hana. But the thing is, he forgot to give me a cartridge to play with. Now I glanced at the machine hidden behind my desk lamp. Mai watched me carefully. Well, you never know what could happen. What? What do you mean? Mai giggled. Nothing at all. I just got back, so I've got work to do. Work? Right! PBG and I still have that project due, and we hadn't met to discuss it at all. Did he give us his number? He said he had it under control, but I should probably make a backup plan just in case. Yeah, just in case. It wasn't that I didn't trust him, it was just that... Okay, I didn't trust him. Sighing, I worked a kink out of my shoulder. It looked like it would be a long night. I think this is a good stopping point. Well, that was a fun day. Also sad. Flashbacks. Oh well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends if they want a Nintendo 4DS. Because I do. Bye-bye!